Henry Davis, and welcome to the Kyle Minger Show.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube for the Walls, and welcome back to another amazing Kyle Minger Show video today, guys. Before I continue what I'm going to be talking for a big video for today, if you guys are just new to the Kyle Minger Show, know exactly what I do. But for those who've been subscribed over the past many years and you guys know what I do for my videos, you guys know. But for those who are just typing this review on YouTube and you see me on one of the search results of YouTube, I'll tell you guys what I do on the Kyle Minger Show. So basically, on my channel, I just do big reviews, such as when I go see movies at my local Cineplex, and other big reviews I like doing on the channel. I like doing up to the Disney Plus reviews, to Netflix reviews, Prime Video, and eventually I'll probably will try to do some more anime reviews on Crunchyroll. That's right, I love watching anime as well. So stay tuned for future videos because there'll be some probably a lot more coming along the way, and other videos like doing a tutorial reactions to unboxing videos, series videos, and game videos, which I've done those a little while. But stay subscribed, hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I do upload on the coming shows, so you guys see those future videos. So today, guys, I have decided to watch the whole episodes of The Sandman Season 2. It took me a little while to watch it from like last weekend when they premiered the last couple episodes on the, I think it was like July 27th, I think it was. So yeah, so the last few episodes came out and I watched them all. And I gotta say, I really did enjoy the first season. I think I remember I did the first season review for it a couple years ago, and now the last one, it's the final story for the Sandman, and I did not know this. Apparently, it's part of the DC Comics. I was like, wait, why? Because I saw the DC Comics logo near the very end of the credits of each episode. I was like, wait, so the Sandman is part of the DC Comics? So apparently it is. And then with I didn't know about season 1 as much, but when with season 2, it was tied in between with the Greek gods, the Norseman gods, and Egyptian gods. So there was a lot of mythology stuff going on through the season for this second season, and I just grew more intrigued and more interested in what was going on. It was just very, very intriguing towards me because I love that kind of stuff, and I didn't know about like a lot about all the other things that was happening for the first season, but it was hard. I think for me back then it was hard to explain like what was going on. But basically in the first season, Roderick Burgess wanted to imprison Death, but instead he imprisoned the King of Dreams, which kind of like broke the King of Dreams' realm from the dreaming, and then when he finally got when he finally got free from his imprisonment, he was able to go back to his realm. Everything was falling to pieces. He was able to use this like glass sphere thing to rebuild his realm. It took a little while, and then he decided to try to fix stuff from his past life, like trying to find his dead wife, to tell her that he really loved her and how all the things he did in the past, to tell her that he was basically sorry for what he did, and then he was trying to rekindle his love for his son named Orpheus, and apparently Orpheus was part of it was kind of like part of the Greek god mythology kind of era. So his original name is Morpheus, but he went through. He has different kind of names, like Dream, the King of Dreams. But his name is Morpheus. I know it's kind of a weird name for a character, but I liked it. But basically, he's been having some family problems, and he's been trying to. Mostly some of the episodes for season 2 were some flashbacks, like what happened between his wife and what happened between his son a long time ago. And he tried to find his wife through hell, but ended up finding out that Lucifer Morningstar didn't want to control hell anymore. So she decided to give the key to hell to Morpheus. So no one in hell is basically how it's not basically like watching those souls that are coming through. So there's a lot of things going on between that, and then after that, Morpheus decided to go find his son Orpheus. And then there was a lot of things that happened between the backstory, like what happened to him. It was kind of cool actually because apparently Orpheus had a lover, and he went to Hades and Persephone and sang for them in order to get her soul back. But some stuff happened during the process. He got his head chopped off. I don't want to mention a lot about it, but a lot of things happened to his for his sacrifices to bring his loved one back. And then when his dad Morpheus found out what he was up to, he would have been there for his son, but he had duties to fulfill in his realm. And he finally decided to end his son's suffering by, yeah. And then once he did that, he spilled some family blood, and the three kindly ones, which is kind of like the ladies who these three ladies that kind of like foretold the future or something like that, and they hired this one other lady that named Lydia Hall to use her as an avatar to kill some of the members of the dreaming realm. And I did not know this, but apparently Mark Hamill played the voiceover for the Pumpkinhead guy in the show. I didn't realize it was him until later on in the episodes of season 2. I was like, wait, that guy's voice sounds way more familiar. And when I leaned in, it was Mark Hamill. I was like, oh my god, how did I not recognize his freaking voice? He has a tendency to change his voice to the point where nobody can recognize it's him. But Mark Hamill was in the show. I fucking love that dude. He is freaking awesome. But yeah, so basically, the three Riley ones invade his realm because of what he did to his son. And then apparently in one of the episodes, there was a human baby that was born inside the dreaming, which his name was Daniel Hall. Then later on, he becomes the next predecessor to look after the dreaming after. Well, it's no big spoiler, but Morpheus dies, and then Daniel Hall takes his place. Yada yada yada. And it was just a very interesting story, like what happened with him in the past. He's regretting all the things he's done, and he's ready to pay for his sins or whatever and his debts to the blind and to the kindly ones. And he was basically ready. He's like, I'm done. I've been doing this for years. Blah, blah, blah. I'm waiting for my next person to take my place and take care of everybody here. And it was just basically, it was a little bit heartbreaking and emotional at the same time, but it was just really well done, and I really liked the show. And it was just truly amazing. I was very, like I said, I was very intrigued about what was happening. It was very cool. And just to see Hades and Persephone from mixing between different mythologies in the show was really awesome. I really did like it. And with Morpheus having siblings, there's one of his siblings is Death, and there's also Despair, and then there's Destiny. All these have the D in the name. So there's like Dream, Despair, Destiny. What was the other one? Delirium, and then there was I can't remember the other person's name at the moment. I can't think of the name. But basically, all of the siblings didn't really, look after each other as much over the years. They didn't really see each other as much. But Delirium and Dream were the ones that basically hang out more with anybody else. Oh yeah, there was Destruction, and Destruction was kind of another sibling that he had, and I just can't remember the other sister's name. But either way, the show was really well done. I did really enjoy it, and it was just, I don't know what else to explain about it, but it was just very cool. It was very well done. It was quite enjoyable. I loved everything about what was going on, and like I said, I didn't know it was part of the DC Comics until near the very end of the show, near the end of the season. I was like, wait, what? It's part of the DC Comics, really? Because actually, I would have known about that because there is a character in the show called Joanna Constantine. And I was like, wait, why is there a person named Joanna Constantine? Is this part of DC? Because I kind of felt that way from the beginning. And I was like, wait, is this part of DC? And once I saw the symbol near the end of the episode, in the end credits, I was like, oh, so that makes sense. But yeah, so there was a lot of things happening for this season. I did really enjoy it. There's only like 12 episodes, but here's a little Kickstarter. Episode 12 is more like a special, a main special episode, so it doesn't really tie in with all the other episodes with the Sandman. But I think it takes place, I think, maybe like a year or two later or something. I'm not sure. But just watch from those seasons 1 to 11, and it just explains like what happens between Dream and all the other people. But this episode 12 was really interesting. There's one actor I didn't recognize. I haven't seen him forever, and he made his return appearance on. Well, actually, I don't know if he's been in other recent projects over the last couple of years, but I wasn't sure it was him at first. But once he did this one quick little stare at this one camera position on the episode, I was like, wait, is that who I think it is? And I was right. It was Colin Morgan from the hit TV shows back in the early 2000s, Merlin. Yeah. And his name is Merlin. Yes, that is right. Colin Morgan makes his big face reveal at the end of episode 12. I was really not expecting to see him show up in this kind of show, but he did. I was just like very happy. I was like, oh my god, it's Colin Morgan from Merlin. I was like, he looks very awesome. He hasn't aged a bit. He looks the same since the last episode of Merlin of season 5 he did when when he sent Arthur to the island. He hasn't aged one bit at all. He looks good. So either way, I loved the second season. It was awesome. I won't spoil too much about it, but I loved the whole entire story plot of season 2. I totally recommend you guys watch it. It's really awesome. I really did enjoy it. Before I go with the rating, I was gonna say like Colin Morgan, your performance was really awesome in the last episode. It was really interesting how he was spending more time. He spent this entire episode with him spending time with Death, one of Dean's sisters, siblings basically, and it was just really interesting what was going on for the entire episode. Basically, he was, I think, Colin Morgan's character he was supposed to die, but then when he met Death, apparently Death, apparently the part of Dream's family, apparently every 100 years, they have like one day off where they can spend like one mortal life in the living world. So Death was having her one day of being human, and when she met Saxton, which is actually Colin Morgan's character, and basically they spent the whole day with each other trying to figure out what was so basically they have fun with each other. Not in that kind of a way, but more like doing things like going for a walk, eating ice cream, or eating food, or going to nightclubs. But yeah, it was a very interesting episode. I really did enjoy it. It was really awesome to see him again. And yeah, so like I said, it was just truly very well done for the show. So for the big rating, I gotta say I really did enjoy a lot of the Greek all the mythology stuff that was mixed into one big giant story. Got to see Loki, got to see Thor, got to see Odin. I got to see a few other gods. It was really sweet. So I gotta say, I think I'm gonna give this show a spot on 4.5 out of 5. I don't know. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you've been giving like a lot of high ratings in some of your videos," but there's been some videos in the past where I gave a lot of low ratings for some stuff. So it's hardly rarely I give heart like big ratings for some stuff that I really do enjoy, and it's like, oh, you gotta be more precise with your ratings instead of giving a lot of big ratings for some stuff. It's just what I truly love about the things I really enjoy. But either way, I think there was some stuff I think they could have improved in, but it was still quite enjoyable. There was quite a bit of good action. They brought back some other memorable characters back to life, and yeah, it was very well done. Oh yeah, and the person who played Joanna Constantine was actually Jenna Coleman, who was actually in Doctor Who. She was in the one with that Peter dude that was who played the Doctor in the show. It was Peter something. But yeah, she was in there, and I was like, oh yeah, she was in Doctor Who. But yeah, so either way, that's my review for the Sandman season 2. All the episodes are all out. This is the end of the Sandman. It says right there, watch the final Sandman story. So we're probably not going to get any more seasons for this show. Sadly enough, I really did enjoy the show. It was really, really good. But then after this, I probably will be watching Wednesday, the new season for Wednesday. I'll probably be watching it very soon, so I can do a review for that as well. And so that concludes my video for today, guys. And I hope you guys see you guys in the next one. Peace out.